The science of astronomy and space exploration have raised mysterious questions about the origin and nature of life. Scientists can't say there is no life on other planets, nor can they say there is. Norm Perry brings us this report.
Are there other intelligences in the universe? Is the galaxy filled with civilized worlds, diverse and unimaginable, each flourishing with its own commerce and culture befitting its separate circumstances? Or can it be that we are alone in the universe? That by some poignant and unfathomable joke, ours is the only civilization extant? Cornell University astronomer Dr. Carl Sagan presents that question in his book, Intelligent Life in the Universe. The question is intriguing, and so is Dr. Sagan's answer.
I don't know the answer, but I think it's an important question and well worth pursuing. If we knew that there were intelligence on planets of some other star, it surely wouldn't be announced in this interview. It would be widely known. Nevertheless, my guess, the guess of many of us, is that the processes which led to the development of life and intelligence on the Earth are not unique to the Earth, and that similar, not identical, but similar processes have occurred on countless worlds throughout the universe.
In your book, you suggest it is obvious that if there are civilizations on planets and other stars, they should, in general, be much more highly developed than our own. Now, what would lead you to that conclusion?
On planets of other stars, there could very well be civilizations vastly in advance of ourselves, thousands, millions, hundreds of millions of years into our future. But any civilization which is hundreds of years into our past, only hundreds of years into our past, can't communicate with us at all. They don't have radio astronomy, they don't have a technical civilization at all. This can be put in more mathematical language, but the essential point is that nowhere in the galaxy is there likely to be a civilization that we can talk to that's as dumb as us. There are going to be civilizations very likely that are much dumber than us, but they can't communicate by radio.
You believe there are a certain number, perhaps even a large number of planets in the galaxy which have highly developed technical societies. You suggest that the number of extant civilizations substantially in advance of our own in the galaxy today appears to be perhaps between 50,000 and 1 million. Why haven't these highly technological societies been in touch with us?
Maybe a sign of their intelligence. If you ask what are the signs of intelligent life on Earth that are detectable over interstellar distances, there are only three. There's the dreary contents of television, and particularly in the North American continent. There is the high frequency or rock and roll end of the AM broadcast band, and there are the paranoid radar defense networks of the United States and the Soviet Union. Now, those are the only signs of intelligent life on Earth that you could detect over interstellar distances. So I would maintain that it is a sign of their intelligence that they haven't come here. If they came here, it would disprove their intelligence. Now, more seriously, there are large numbers of places to go. And if you imagine those technical civilizations that you mentioned sending out one space vehicle a year that goes to, say, several stars and comes back, you can ask, what is the average time between visits to this planet? And it's some immense period of time, thousands, tens of thousands of years. We can't expect to be, even under the circumstances you mentioned, even if interstellar spaceflight is possible, which is by no means clear, even if there are many technical civilizations, we can't expect to be visited every day. It's a much longer time scale. There are a lot of people who are uneasy about these possibilities. It is a kind of psychological touchstone. There are people who desperately want to believe that there are no beings anywhere else more advanced, more intelligent than ourselves, because it would be damaging to a kind of pride, a kind of human chauvinism. There are also people who desperately want to believe that there is intelligence everywhere else, regardless of what the evidence is. I think that both of these are kinds of psychological pitfalls to be avoided. My own feeling is that the subject is of the very greatest importance, well worth pursuing, and that the way you pursue it is to enter with no prejudices, to examine the facts seriously and dispassionately and see where the truth lies.
Do you think there's any chance, Dr. Sagan, of real contact with intelligent beings from other planets within your lifetime?
Well, there's always a chance, but we can increase the chance by making an effort to seek such signals. I think that merely making such a search, even if it were to fail or take a very long time to succeed, would be a very important thing. I think it would lead to significant international understandings and, most important, a much better view of ourselves in the context of the cosmos.
Well, an interesting question, and as Dr. Sagan stresses, worth pursuing, even though we still have a lot to learn about man's relationship to man.